Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. Jamie here today with Dylan, and we're going to be talking about Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, which was released in 1985, a year after the original, and Wes Craven wasn't involved in this one because he didn't like the script and how, the rules of Freddy were changed.
Yeah, man, totally agree with him. It's not a terrible movie.
It's not terrible, but there's barely any Freddy at all, right? It's called Freddy's Revenge, he's barely in it.
Who's he getting revenge on? He's not hunting Nancy down.
True, I guess it's the house, whoever lives inside the house.
You know what I mean?
It starts off with the school bus, doesn't it? Like you said, we're introduced to the main character, Jessa, and there's two other girls on it, because everyone else gets off. We got Robert Englund driving the bus, which is a nice little cameo. And all of a sudden, he doesn't stop as he just keeps driving. He goes, into the wilderness. The ground just starts collapsing. The bus is just stuck up there. Freddy comes after him, and then he wakes up, because obviously it's a dream, as you couldn't tell, because it always is a dream.
In Nancy's room.
Yeah.
A lot
14,
bigger.
28, living inside the same house. It does look a lot bigger. We got his family, haven't we? His dad and his mum. His dad thinks he's on drugs, doesn't he, because he's acting weird. And he's got his little sister as well, which she didn't really do anything, really, does she? She's just there.
And his dad's constantly a cheapskate.
From there, Lisa knocks on her door, doesn't she? And she's like, he's taking her to school, and he's a ride to school or whatever.
Yeah, this romantic subplot, whatever it is, it didn't make sense to me. Because I'm like, okay, I guess they're just carpooling, just sharing a ride, whatever. And they're like, oh wait, they're a thing? They're not a thing? Because
by the end, they love each other, and it's like, what?
Because at the scene where he's doing sports thing or whatever, playing baseball or whatever, they're asking, oh, are you getting any? You getting any with him? You doing it? And he's like, no, we're just friends. They're like, okay, then what's this romantic subplot coming from? There is a sort of chemistry there when they're in the car. It's just like, oh, why don't you have a key? He's like, well, who wants to steal my car? But
like we discussed because we recorded this before, they must have only been moved in for a few months in it or something.
Yeah.
So they've not known each other that long, really. But yeah, at the school, like you mentioned, we got Grady as well, aren't there? Who at first it seems like he's a bully, but then they just become friends.
Yeah, it seems like he's like his antagonist, but I guess that's what makes do, is it? Just dicking around.
Yeah, true.
That's what guys do. We just pick the shit out of each other, don't we?
Yeah. But when you first introduce, you think, oh, here comes the bully character, but he's not really like that, really.
I kind of like their friendship because it's kind of like a back and forth between them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I know what you mean by it seems like bullying, but it's not really bullying because he's giving it back, they're fighting each other,
Yeah. I just like when you first introduced. And it is back and forth, like you said. Yeah, it's not just one-sided.
If anything, they've got the best relationship in the entire movie.
Later on, Freddy wakes up, doesn't he, with the scrubs on, his hospital gown, fucking pajamas.
Yeah, he goes downstairs to get a glass. He sees Freddy. Well, he sees the jumper.
Freddy's downstairs in the basement, and they had a furnace.
Yeah.
Which I guess his soul must be trapped inside the house, isn't it? Since the last film, he's trapped in the house.
Yeah. Well, he's trapped in the claw, I would have assumed.
Oh yeah, maybe because it's always possession.
Before, it would have made more sense if every time he holds the glove, but the glove possesses him more.
That's the problem. Is they don't really explain. They explain a little bit, he wants him to kill for him and stuff, but they don't really explain how the rules have changed. But I get we mentioned, he's like a hybrid, and he's not completely Freddy.
The way you could explain it or figure it out is maybe Freddy doesn't know his powers yet, but he knows he needs fear. If I can possess this kid to create more fear, maybe I can get stronger.
We get that scene, don't we? He confronts him, he's like, you've got the body and I got the brain, and he starts pulling his skin back. Freddy is creepy inside this film.
Yeah. I'd say he's more creepy in this one than he is in...
Yeah, because after this, part 3, Welcome to Prime Time, and he starts getting more comedy. Lisa shows up, doesn't she, while he's dancing awkwardly, and they find Nancy's diary inside the bedroom.
Yeah, which, I mentioned the last time, why didn't her dad get that? How much of a rush was he to sell this house? Because it clearly was on the market for a few years. So someone
had been hidden that much because they found it pretty quick, didn't they?
Yeah,
it was deeply hidden.
I don't know whether he found it later on, and he put it in there, and she discovered it because he wasn't bothered by it.
And the house? What the fuck are you doing? The house keeps getting warmer, doesn't it? And then the pirates start going crazy, and he explode.
And his dad
thinks, cherry bombs and stuff. It's what? Come on, your son's not going to be killing the pirates, is he? That's fucked up. And we get I guess it's a dream, because Jesse's walking in here with his pajamas on with no shoes on. Goes into the bar, gets a fucking beer, sees his PE teacher in there, and he decides to take him back to school, even though it's after hours. It makes him do laps around the school, and then Freddy shows up invisible, ties him up, spanks him a little bit with the towel, and then slashes his back. And then you see Jesse, don't you, in the shadow, and he's got the glove on. So it makes you question, did Jesse do it? Is it all Jesse, or is it Freddy?
Yeah.
But we know at the end it's Freddy doing it. And then he confronts his dad about the history of the house, doesn't he? And then he mentions how Nancy's mum killed herself. So I guess that's the story they're going with.
Yeah, and then...
Because you can't say, she became a corpse and she fell into the bed, because no one's going to believe that.
And like Nancy went crazy seeing her boyfriend. Like, oh, the same night? Yeah. That's when like the toaster got set on fire. It wasn't even plugged in.
Oh yeah, one of it.
At that moment, I'm like, out. I'm like,
that's your big warning sign there.
That shouldn't have been it.
I'd be out once the parrots blew up. I'd be out once that happened, to be honest.
Yeah, but you can explain that way. They could have had some.
How? Especially with the house getting so heated as well. Like, it's like, come on. Like, you check the thermostat as well, and it's broke.
Yeah, it's broke. Yeah. It all goes back to the boiler room.
Speaking of which, Jesse and Lisa go to the power plant where Freddy used to work.
Yeah, which I think is the only time that's ever been mentioned. Or
yeah,
did they mention it in the first one? Like they tracked it down to.
Yeah, they mentioned they tracked him down to. I don't think they said boiler. I mean,
yeah, but they said they tracked down to an old abandoned place.
There's a party at Lisa's house, and all the kids wait for the parents to go, and then they start changing the music.
Which, thank God, there's a scene that explains it. But I'm like, what? Why do you like getting ready to party when like there's like 4 foot away, like barely that like.
But then the wind is open as well.
Yeah, but then like it cuts back to like the parents, and he's like, "Oh, what they do?" And she's like, "Oh, just leave them be."
They're kissing, aren't they? And Freddy's tongue comes out or something. And he just gets up and leaves awkwardly.
I'm your boyfriend now. Like some weird like thing.
But then Jesse decides to go to Grady's, doesn't he? I don't know how he gets inside his bedroom while Grady's asleep.
He goes to his mate and like, "Can I stay here? I had a really bad nightmare."
Yeah, it's like, oh, you just left this girl to come sleep inside my bedroom.
Yeah, because I do that if I have a really bad nightmare. Can I come and stay at yours again?
No, you're 26 years old, man. Jesse transforms into Freddy, doesn't he? And kills him, and the blades go through the door as his dad's trying to break it down. And then the police are coming, and he just gets through the window and just goes away.
Well, that scene I really like how you can. Like, I think Jesse's actor's doing really well here. He's played this kid like the closest thing he has to a best mate. It wasn't him, it was Freddy, but clearly it was, and like the taunting that Freddy does. Like, I think, more think about that, I really actually think this is a good scene.
And then he appears at the party, doesn't he? And some guy's like, "Oh, we can help you," and he's like, "Help yourself, fucker."
Yeah.
And then the other line, "You're all my children now." That's the best part of the film for me. He just disappears, doesn't he, after he kills a few people.
Yeah, he just walks into the fence and says,
"Yeah," and he's just gone.
Full on Undertaker kind of like.
Oh, but Dad tried shooting as well, but she stops him, doesn't she? Yeah.
No, I think he misses. Oh no, he does. Yeah, she does stop him.
Yeah, she stops him. Yeah, I think he misses. They don't. You shoot once, so he might have shot once and he misses. Maybe.
Yeah, I think I remember one shot because I remember him trying to reload the gun.
Yeah.
I think at that moment Jesse's taking control.
She knows that they've gone to the power plant, so she goes there. She sees the demon dogs like this guy over here, and then it's where it gets what the fuck in it, because she's like, "Oh, I love you, Jesse," and then Freddy starts bleeding, and she basically beats him with the power of love, really, doesn't she? It's like,
love cannot be beat. Destroys everything.
Flames start coming from out of nowhere. Freddy starts burning and melting.
I always theorize like fire is Freddy's real weakness because he was burnt alive.
Yeah, it's just about where did it come from? That's what I wonder. Like,
I don't know, maybe that's why.
Unless that was Jesse. Yeah, maybe it was Jesse overpowering him.
Yeah, that's like how he overpowered him.
Jesse's still alive, and he got like the burning. He gets it off. He
sort of melts away the Freddy.
And then just like the last film, it all seems like it's normal. It's the next day. It's bright outside.
Yeah, we're back in the bus. He's got
back in the bus. Whatever. They just move on, like, you know, like your best mate died and all this, and
it literally seems like it's the next day. Because they don't seem like, "Oh, it's been a while since I've seen you, have you?" or whatever.
A little bit of a cut, and then you see Freddy's hand come through the girl, and the bus just starts driving away again. And that's the end of the film.
Mad Max Fury Road again.
The overall rating out of 10, what are you going to give it?
I can't remember what I gave it last time. Was it like a 5?
Yeah, I'll give it a 6. Like, the main problem is not much Freddy in it. It's called Freddy's Revenge. He's in it for like, 10 minutes max?
Who is he getting revenge on? Like, that's the thing.
I don't even know.
Like,
there's not any returning characters, is there, from the last one?
Yeah, like, if he was trying to, like, get the police chief or, you know, or something like that, or try to find Nancy, he was like, "Oh, find Nancy." And they constantly, like, they don't bring Nancy up. Like, except for
don't see her.
But like, if that's how they were doing it, and set it up for the third one,
where you
could have had Jesse like in the asylum with her.
That's another thing about this. Same with Friday, really. The characters don't really carry over that much.
Yeah, but
we get Nancy in the next one, but that's it.
Yeah, but I think during the third movie, it becomes less about like, you know, other characters and more just
about Freddy. Yeah. But speaking of which, next week, Nightmare 3, Dream Warriors, probably the best one. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. Check out Dylan's social links down below in a bit.